Hi, I'm Ali Jennings from Camera Jabber, and today I'm going to be looking at possible video specifications for the Olympus OMD EM5 MKIII. Now, this camera hasn't been announced or launched, or we haven't even seen anything to do with this camera as yet, but we're pretty excited about it. So when the OMD EM5 MKIII was launched, it brought new video features. The image stabilization was like nothing we'd ever seen before, and of course it had that beautiful articulating screen, which was a major winner. So let's run through a few of the things that we'd like to see, starting with the video specifications. Now, I think 4K at 30 frames per second is an absolute must. All cameras are now producing 4K video, even down to the GoPro. And if that hits 30 frames per second, that's perfectly adequate for most types of video content. I'd like to see that partnered with 1080p at 120 frames per second. That'd be ideal for capturing some slow motion footage. But if that's not possible, then at least 60 frames per second, so we can get that continuity of speed and smoothness of motion when filming full HD video. So specifications for video, that's really all I'm bothered with. The resolution, 4K 1080p, frame rates 30 for 4K, and 120, if not that, 60 for 1080p full HD. Now, moving on to the camera itself and focus. Now, the focus assist or manual focus assist for video is okay on the OMD EM5 MKIII, but there's plenty of room for improvement. First of all, I'd like to be able to change the color of the peaking. So when you're using manual focus and you focus in on an object, the contrast edges are just highlighted by a peaking mask. At the moment, this is only white on the EM5 MKIII. If I could change that to red, green, depending on where I'm filming, that'd be a massive help. Also, when you're shooting video on the EM5 MKIII, you can't magnify. So you can't zoom in when you do the manual focus to check that things are perfectly sharp. You can in stills, but not in video. There's another thing that I'd like to see added. As with a lot of cameras these days, I'd like to see dual SD slots for recording our video, but due to the size of the body, I'm not sure that's going to be entirely possible. Also, one thing I said, I really like that articulating screen, and it is really nice if you're filming to camera. But one thing that does really annoy me is that the audio ports for the mic in is just here. So you'll see the problem. Here's the flap that covers those ports. I put the screen in front, I plug in the microphone, you're suddenly covering up part of the screen. Not only that, another thing with the audio, I can put my audio in and I can check the levels on the back, that's fine. But if I am doing video for any type of work, it's really important that I'm able to monitor that audio and to know where to do it as standard on the camera. The only way to do it is by adding the grip. That's an extra cost. So on the EM5 MKIII, if there's a monitoring or audio out, that would be absolutely fantastic. Now, exposure when you're shooting video, that's another real issue. Obviously, you've got the 180-degree shutter rule. You can read more about that at camerajabber.com. So a built-in ND filter, just to reduce the amount of light hitting the sensor, would be another major advantage for videographers. Obviously, the Olympus OMD EM5 MKIII has yet to be announced, but when it is, we'll bring you the full and real specifications at camerajabber.com. For now, if you have any comments at all, please leave them in the box below.